The studio lights of the view felt hotter than they had in months, crisp and unforgiving, washing every inch of the glass table in a glow that made Joy Behar squint as she adjusted the stack of cards in front of her. She was restless before the show even began. Maybe it was the lingering headache from the night before. Maybe it was the producer's cryptic warning that they had a big personality joining them at the table today. Or maybe it was just one of those mornings where every little thing felt slightly off, like a painting hung just barely crooked. Joy took a sip of lukewarm coffee and muttered under her breath about needing stronger caffeine. Sunny glanced over, reading the mood immediately, and leaned in. "Long night," she whispered. "Long week," Joy replied, forcing a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. In the hallway just behind the set, boots clicked against tile, sharp, confident, unapologetic. The kind of walk that announced itself. Gretchen Wilson was already a legend in country music, known for her no-filter attitude and fierce independence. Joy remembered her producer whispering earlier, "She's extremely direct. Just be ready." The audience settled. The camera operators took their positions. The theme music swelled, and as soon as the applause faded, Whoopi opened the show with her usual warmth. Everything felt normal for about 3 minutes. Then it was time to bring out their guest. Gretchen stepped onto the stage wearing black denim, aviator sunglasses she slid off dramatically, and a half smirk that said she wasn't intimidated by anyone or anything, not the crowd, not the cameras, and definitely not the women at the table. She shook hands, sat down, and crossed one leg over the other, relaxed in a way that contrasted sharply with Joy's already tense posture. The interview started harmlessly enough. A few questions about Gretchen's new album, banter about touring, some laughs about embarrassing fan encounters. But when Sunny gently shifted the conversation toward Gretchen's recent social media comments, the entire energy shifted. Joy watched the transition happen like a slow-moving storm front rolling in. "So," Sunny said carefully, "you've been very vocal about media lately. Specifically shows like ours. You called some programs out of touch. Could you explain that a little?" Gretchen grinned as if she had been waiting for this moment. "Sure," she said. "What I meant was, a lot of folks feel talked down to. They feel like shows like this treat them like they're stupid." Joy felt the jab immediately. She lifted her eyebrows, leaned forward slightly, and cleared her throat. "Now hold on," she said. "We're not talking down to anyone. We're trying to have conversations based on facts. That's not talking down. That's called common sense." Gretchen didn't flinch. "Well, it's easy to say someone's misinformed when you don't like what they're saying. Feels like y'all get to control the conversation." The audience murmured, sensing tension. The producers perked up behind their monitors. Joy could feel heat rising in her neck. "We don't control anything," Joy shot back. "We respond to what's out there. And let's be honest, there's a lot of nonsense out there." "Nonsense," Gretchen repeated, nodding slowly. "Right, anything that doesn't match your worldview gets thrown into that bucket." Joy felt her patience thinning. "Gretchen, please, don't come in here acting like we're the problem because we expect people to fact-check before they talk." Gretchen leaned forward, resting her elbows on the table. "And don't act like your audience is too dumb to think for themselves," she replied. The room gasped, some laughing, some whispering, everyone locked in. Joy clenched her jaw. "I didn't say anyone was dumb," she said. "I said they're misled. That's the same thing dressed up with bigger words," Gretchen fired back. Anna attempted to step in, raising her hands as if trying to separate two boxers in a ring. Okay, let's breathe a little," but Joy wasn't done. She straightened in her chair, voice sharp. "I'm tired of this idea that being informed is elitist. That being educated is an insult. It's absurd." Gretchen didn't hesitate. "What's absurd is thinking your education makes you better than the people you're mocking from your chair every morning." The crowd reacted again, louder this time. Joy's fingers drummed hard against the table. "You know what? If people stopped believing every meme their cousin shared on Facebook, maybe we wouldn't be in this mess." Gretchen laughed under her breath. "And there it is. The smugness." Joy blinked slowly, her version of a warning shot. Smug is calling what we do here nonsense, while pretending country lyrics count as political insight. The moment the words left her mouth, the air cracked. Gretchen's eyes narrowed. "Wow," she said softly. "That's what you think of the people who listen to my music?" "I think," Joy replied, "that not everything has to be political commentary. Especially from people who aren't qualified to give it." The moment the screen cut to commercial, the studio dissolved into chaos. Producers rushed across the floor with headsets crackling, stagehands whispered urgently to each other, and audience members leaned over the railings trying to see where Joy had gone. From the control room above, someone shouted for a camera reset, someone else for a PR draft, and someone else for oxygen because, this is going to break the internet within 5 minutes. They were wrong. It broke it in two. Backstage, the hallway felt oddly quiet compared to the storm erupting beyond the curtain. Joy moved briskly toward her dressing room, jaw tight, eyes forward, ignoring the assistants calling after her. She unlocked her door, stepped inside, and closed it behind her with a soft, final click. Immediately, she felt the pressure in her chest ease, only slightly, but enough. The silence was a mercy. She sank into the chair by her mirror, the light bulbs surrounding it buzzing faintly like distant insects. She stared at her reflection. Her face was flushed, her hair slightly disheveled, her eyes sharp with adrenaline and exhaustion. "What a circus," she muttered. "What an absolute circus." A loud knock startled her. "Joy," a producer called through the door. I need a minute," she snapped, louder than she meant to. The footsteps retreated. She leaned back in her chair and exhaled shakily. Her hands trembled. She pressed them against her thighs to steady herself. She wasn't angry at Gretchen, not entirely. She was angry at everything. At the endless cycle of outrage. At the pressure to deliver fiery opinions on command. At the online hate that never stopped. At the burden of being the one people expected to explode for their entertainment. She had reached a breaking point, and today someone had just happened to push the right button. Another knock, this one gentler. "It's Gretchen," a voice said. Joy closed her eyes. "Just what I need," she muttered sarcastically. But she didn't tell her to go away. Gretchen took that as permission and slowly opened the door. She removed her hat as she stepped inside, holding it in both hands like an apology. Joy stayed silent, staring straight ahead. Gretchen shut the door behind her. "I'm not here to argue," she said quietly. "I wanted to check on you." Joy huffed a short, humorless breath. "I'm fine," she said. "Just needed air." Gretchen nodded. "Look, what happened out there, that wasn't my plan. I came on to promote my album, not make you storm off your own show." Joy didn't answer. She didn't trust her voice yet. Gretchen approached slowly, as if Joy might bolt like a startled deer. "You're tough," she said. "I thought you'd give as good as you got." "I did," Joy said finally. "And I'm tired of it." Gretchen sat in the chair across from her, lowering herself carefully. "I wasn't trying to make you look bad," she said. Joy lifted her eyes to meet hers. "Didn't have to. I did that myself." Gretchen frowned. "No, you didn't. You stood up for what you believe. Nothing wrong with that." "There is," Joy said softly, "when it costs you pieces of yourself." A knock came again, whoopee this time. She cracked the door open. "Joy, you okay if I come in?" Joy nodded. Whoopi stepped inside, her expression a mixture of concern and the exhaustion of someone who's spent 20 years mediating televised wars. "The network wants to know if you're coming back on after the break," she said. "They're in full meltdown mode." Joy sighed. "Figures." Whoopi pulled a chair closer and sat beside her. "You don't have to go back out," she said gently. "But if you don't, we need to know what we're telling the audience." Joy smirked bitterly. "Tell them I've finally lost it." "Stop," Whoopi said firmly. "That's not what this is." Gretchen nodded. "It's burnout, Joy. Anyone can see that." Joy rubbed her temples. "For years I've been fighting. Arguing. Getting yelled at. Getting insulted online. Trying to keep up with every disaster, every political storm, every guest who comes here ready to pick a fight. I feel like a pressure cooker someone forgot to turn off." Whoopi squeezed her shoulder. "Then maybe this is your sign." Joy breathed in deeply. The air felt heavy, thick. "I think I'm done," she whispered. Whoopi froze, eyes widening. Gretchen didn't say anything, just watched, giving Joy the space to say it again. "I think I'm done with the show," Joy repeated. "I can't keep doing this. Not like this." Whoopi nodded slowly, not arguing, not persuading, just accepting. "Then we'll support you," she said. "Whatever you choose." A producer knocked again, more urgently. "We're back in 30 seconds. He called. "We need a statement, please." Whoopi stood. "I'll handle it." She looked at Joy one last time. "You sure you're not coming?" Joy shook her head. "I'm done for today, and maybe for good." Whoopi squeezed her hand, then hurried out to prepare for live TV chaos. Gretchen stood, adjusting her hat. "You deserve peace," she said quietly. Joy gave her a small smile. the first genuine one since the confrontation. "Good luck with the album," Joy said. Gretchen grinned. "Thanks. And, for what it's worth, you were one hell of a fighter out there."